Hey, hi guys, and welcome to the 30 Days of Fat Loss Challenge. What have you got yourself in for? And you even paid for it. You must be crazy. I've got you in the palm of my hand for the next 30 days at least. So, before we get started on Monday, we need to have a look at preparation. I need to be fully prepared, fully planned in advance for Monday. So we're pretty much going to kick things off right now. You need to understand what is going to be expected of you for the next 30 days. And here we go. So, what have you signed up to? It's called 30 Days of Fat Loss, so you know you're fully committed for at least 30 days. It's a step-by-step system following a results-driven program. So that involves giving you nutritional advice daily. It involves goal setting prior to the launch of the program. It involves mindset prior to the launch of the program, so we can get fully dialed in. You know exactly what to expect. Now, talking about expectation, I want you to expect results. You've got to expect results. Forget anything else that you've done. Weight Watchers, Slimming World, shake diets, juice diets, bloody isogenics, whatever it is, forget it. Okay? If you haven't got an open mind, send me an email. I'll flick you back your money straight away. I really need you to have an open mind and expect awesome results on this program. That's exactly what you're going to get. So, talking about goal setting, I'm sending you out over the weekend a sheet to complete. Now you need to work through that 3 simple steps in great detail. Now, I've had people on the phone to me crying when they've been setting goals. Sometimes losing weight or fitting into your new skinny jeans just isn't enough. You need to go really deep to find out the why. The why are you doing this program? Meal planning, they're going to be daily. Every time I've give out a nutrition plan to people, even though they've paid hundreds of dollars for it, it just stays on the table. I'm having daily accountability. You check your email 24 hours in advance. You know what to have for your breakfast. You know what to have for your lunch. You know what to have for your evening meal. You also know what to have for your snacks and your fluid intake. It's all you need to do. Wake up, check your email, and you've got 24 hours to plan for the next day. It's the best way to do it. Nobody wants to sit and read manuals and try to plan out everything way in advance. This is effectively a 24-hour challenge. If you can't do something for just 24 hours, one day, you're never going to last a week, never mind 30 days. So that's all I'm asking you to do. Stick with me for 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes. I need to stick with me for one day. Simple as that. You're going to be getting 4 individual home workouts. They come on a video, so if you've got access to your computer, which you have because you're watching this now, you can do the workouts. There'll be some beginners, some intermediate, and some advanced. Simple as that. There's going to be unlimited accountability. That means accountability is one of the number 1 reasons, second to mindset, why people fail to get results. You need to be accountable to me and the rest of your people that's in the group. That's why we're going to link up a Facebook group. We've done this on the 14-day trial and it was unreal. The amount of support in there was amazing. So that'll be open very soon. So I want you to get in there, introduce yourself, share some expectations, share some maybe some things that you're a little bit skeptical about. And I'm sure somebody will be there to defend me. And there'll be lots more involved in this challenge. So why are we doing it? Because you're worth it. Okay, as that L'Oreal advert said, you're worth it. Okay, so many people just forget about it. They think, oh, it's me genetics, I'm meant to be like this, my grandma, my granddad was always overweight, and I've had 2 or 3 kids, and it's just the way my body is. Sorry, bullshit. Okay, you don't need to be overweight, you don't need to store body fat, you don't need to diet, you don't need to count calories, you don't need to do anything like that. It's a very, very, very simple process. Why are we doing it for 30 days? Well, 14 days is a minimum cleanse period. 30 days is perfect because for the last 14, 15 days, you are flying with regards to getting results. We're going to be training smarter, not harder. Okay, we need to basically clean up nutrition, relax, and that's a simple formula to success. The main reason we store fat is because of toxins and an unbalancing in the hormones. Slow and steady isn't always the way forward. Lose a few grams 1 week and you gain it back the next week. I want to keep the fat off forever. Okay, during this 30 days, you're gonna learn exactly how to live for the rest of your life without living on rabbit food and counting calories. We don't want to be following the Monday to Saturday diet. I call it the Monday to Saturday because it's fantastic Monday to Friday, and all of a sudden it goes out the window. Preparation for the big night out on Saturday, and boom, your weight's back on by Monday. So we need to follow basically a balanced protocol, which is known as the 80-20 rule. So we'll learn a little bit more about that as we go on. How are we going to do it? Basically, lifestyle versus hormones. We'll be looking at body fat manipulation, nutrition. Look at results-driven training, one-to-one and group motivation, so we'll be working with me and the group. We're going to cleanse fat stores, give your liver a rest, and make fat loss simple. There's no I in team. You're going to be answering to me, and you're going to be answering to the rest of the group. Anyone feels like crying, cry. Okay, I am here for you for the full 30 days. If you want to phone me, you want to email me, or whatever you want, I don't care, just do it. If lifestyle hormones are out of sync, nothing's going to happen. It's all to do with the endocrine system and areas of body fat that is linked to your hormonal profile. Carbs, for example, the nutrition plan has been carefully designed to basically cycle the carbohydrates. I don't want to get too nitty gritty right now, but we're going to be using carbohydrates as a weapon against body fat. It's important that you understand that you're not low carbohydrate all the time. We're looking to improve insulin sensitivity, and cutting carbs is only going to make things worse, which is why the carbs are very carefully calculated throughout the program. The results driven training, that's going to be based on a system called EPOC. So we'll get more into that as we go on. Basically, this is a protocol based on the fact that if you train smarter and not harder, you're going to greatly increase the amount of body fats burned. So for example, you're going to be training for 10 to 15 minutes a few times a week, and you're going to be burning fat for up to 38 hours. These calories are known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which in layman's terms, you're going to be burning fat for fun. Happy days. These are the main fat sites. And so if you're looking at these little red dots here, the chances are you're going to be storing body fat in them areas. Under the armpit, under the belly button, around the back of the arm, on the hip, and just underneath the bum or inside the thigh. We're looking at reasons for this. For example, love handle area, or around here, is generally carbohydrate and sugar. Obviously, carbohydrate and sugar is going to increase fat unless you're doing something to convert those sugars. And that's a fact. Nobody can deny that. Overload and blood sugar will shoot up. Obviously, it's got to come down at some point. Then your cortisol is triggered. What happens now is the pancreas releases insulin. Then you get an insulin spike. This opens up the fat cells, and you guess what happens now? You're storing body fat. So, swiftly moving on to nutrition. We're going to be loading up on nutrients. We're going to give your body a bit of a shock. You probably feel a bit crappy in the early days. That's because we're eliminating certain food groups during the program. This is going to give you a chance, a liver, to chill out, relax, and basically do its job. Let's take a look at what is on the naughty list. Basically, we're going to be going into this a little bit more detail. This is just a quick intro video. Quick. We're up to 10 minutes already. Anyway, let's go. Alcohol. The police call it intoxicated. It means to poison or to stupefy or to excite by chemical substance. Alcohol basically taxes the body's detoxification capacity by placing massive stress on the liver as it tries to contain the intake of basically the pure toxic crap that you're putting into it, meaning the vital organs and other roles and other roles within the body, such as the production of bile, are massively reduced. The result is basically poor digestion and a sluggish response from the colon. Sugar. This was basically an Australian program that I was doing. It's now in China, it's in Hong Kong, it is in Ireland, and it's now in England. But these facts here are Australian based. The average Aussie takes in an incredible 1 to 2 pounds of sugar every day. Most of this is from hidden sugars. We need to have a look a little bit more at hidden sugars. These are responsible for endocrine or hormonal system imbalance, depression, anxiety, liver disorder, kidney function disorder, digestion, asthma, arthritis, ulcers, eczema, you name it. Basically, sugar can be a massive factor relating to that. So, do you snack on healthy fruits such as a mango? You can see how much sugar is involved in there. How about a healthy muffin for your coffee in the morning? You can see how many teaspoons of sugar is involved in that. Caffeine. 200 million cups of coffee drunk by Aussies per day. To be honest with you, I used to drink probably about 100 million of these. Imagine the amount of stress on your adrenal glands. Honestly, I've investigated this area quite a lot. I do now have a coffee, but I use it as I enjoy it. I don't use it as a stimulant. Now, to get rid of the toxins within coffee, it takes a long time. Now, the stress on your adrenal glands to do that is massive. So we'll be looking at that in a little bit more detail. Dairy. Pasteurized or homogenized? Dairy. Much more on this during the 28 days. Basically, do you have enough lactase in your body to digest dairy? I have no idea personally, but what I do know is that people who cut back on dairy will feel 100% better for it. And many of those who try to reintroduce it after the 30-day cleanse find that it doesn't agree with them and they never want to have it again, especially milk. So we're looking at wheat, breads, cakes, pies. You got to have a close look at wheat and how much of the daily foods that you're having contain meat. A hell of a lot of them. Personally, I've got nothing against wheat. I love bagels, I love toast. The problem is these foods don't agree with me. It turns out that not only don't they love me, but they don't love many other people as well. And many people don't actually find out what they're intolerant to unless they actually spend a period of time without it. So we'll be looking at that in a little bit more detail. Wheat leads to a lot of other kinds of problems like intestinal problems, IBS, hormone disruption and things like that. So we'll be looking at that in a little bit more detail. Basically avoid cakes, pies, bakeries, you know this sort of stuff which is got wheat in it. So has it been fiddled with, also known as the processed? As if it has a look, feel, touch to it, you're pretty safe. If it's been peeled, tinned or sliced, it's not natural. This applies to everything on your shopping list, from veggies, feet, as me dyslexia kicking in again, veggies, meat, fish, poultry, game, nuts, seeds, legumes or anything else for that matter. Does it contain MSG or aspartame? Chances are it will. So MSG or monosodium glutamate is a flavour enhancer. It's usually in takeaway foods, Chinese foods, McDonald's, and it's also found in things like processed foods like baby foods, even potato chips, sauces, soups, and it's also in the sugar-free sweetener. So if adults, or if we are sensitive to exotoxins, children are super sensitive to them. Your kids' foods are absolutely laden with them, making them more addictive, more moreish, basically meaning that they eat them more. So you can see why that is an issue. Does it work? Yes, it works. I really don't need to go on about how much it works, but there's Peter. He's 61. Had a few problems with his cortisol and stress. He's got a 6-pack. He has a few results from the last 14-day challenge, which is just halfway through the 30. Obviously, 3.8 kilograms and 13 centimeters off the gut. Amanda there, 14 days gone, 38 centimeters and 4.5 kilos. Mihaela, she's a younger girl. Again, stress was a major factor here, and she needed a bit of a testosterone boost, which we got. So anyway, that's all for now. I look forward to seeing some awesome results, and if you change things will change. All you need to do now is just check your email, making sure you got an email from me ready for the launch. If you haven't, send me an email back, because you should be on that list. If you're not on that list, you're not getting the information. That's all from me. Have an awesome night, and I will see you soon.